If you had a chance for $1 million at the goal line, would you rather try to tackle Cam Newton one-on-one or try to get by Luke Kuechly? Who would you say was probably the best out of that list we named?
I would say KK because I feel like his impact in the time frame that he was playing was just so major. Like, he really led the charge on that D-line and made them so dominant, and that's why we saw them have so much success.
Jimmy Clausen was the worst. In my opinion, I'll just start there. Like, we had all the Bears fans, like, they was hot at us.
Yeah. Because we were, at one point or another, we were trying to figure out how we were going to get out.
All right, welcome everybody to the latest episode of the Panther Banter Podcast. This is a special edition. As you can see, my location is a little different than normal. I'm not in my room. You don't see the glowing background or the white couch. I'm on a different type of couch. I need a little bit more space because I have some special guests here all the way from North Carolina. They traveled on the highways and byways. I have the members and the crew of FPFO for Panthers fans only.
Yes, sir.
What's up, y'all? How's it going, man?
What's up, man? How are you?
Good, man. I'm good. I appreciate y'all joining your boy, making that trek. How long was the trek?
It's close to 6 hours.
Okay.
5.5, 6.
By car, but y'all took the PJ, so how long was the PJ?
Chill.
You
got us in the high line and everything. I know it was working. We trying to get to your level.
Look, man. Look. When I get the PJ, I'll fly y'all out next time. You know what I'm saying? I'll bring y'all in on the jet, man. But I appreciate y'all joining me, man, because
sure.
I know I had to take y'all away. We were just talking about it, getting y'all out of North Carolina for the weekend. Y'all itching for the parlays, man. How that sports betting since it's been legal? Been legal about 2 weeks, right?
Just about,
yeah.
I'm hating.
Some up and down.
Hey, it ain't much to hate on.
I'm not gonna lie.
FanDuel been getting off.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you how they gonna do you. You gonna put a little 3 or 4 leg parlay together, and you gonna hit it, and you gonna feel really, really good about yourself. Then the next 5 days in a row, they gonna
Look, that's how it be, man. It's and they always say it in Georgia with the lottery, you can't win if you don't play.
That's very true.
It's true. Like you only one parlay away from changing your life, dog.
Yeah.
Like,
What you be saying?
What? Everything is alive until it's not.
And then what it is?
What's the other one?
The best bet is like...
the most important bet is the next one.
Yeah.
We can't worry about what's going on. We can't worry about what happened
That's
in
the
the
motto
past.
we use,
Most
and
definitely.
that leads to a lot of money lost.
Look, hey, I mean, and FanDuel make it so easy, man. And
yes,
I mean, it's been illegal for a while, but you can kind of obviously the offshores and stuff. But it's a little bit different because I guess the functionality, the user interface and stuff on those apps is just so much easier compared to Bovada and stuff,
yes,
man.
Bro.
And
I don't
so
know. Easy, and you'll get on there and you'll just see the way they got it placed, and it'll make you feel like you know something about the sport.
Yeah.
You don't know not a damn thing about it.
And everything you click, you feel like is a lot.
It's a lot.
And see, that's the thing, because down here, all we got to do is prize picks and underdog and stuff like that, man. So it's a little bit different. But I wanted to, man, just talking about, obviously, we're here for the Panthers and stuff, man, but I wanted to get a little background on y'all, man, because I know y'all are from North Carolina, currently there, but how did y'all kind of get together? How did y'all get started with y'all podcast? Because obviously, for Panthers fans only, it tells itself. But obviously, it takes a little bit to get started, man. I'm a solo podcaster, man. So it's a little bit tough for me to kind of spread my wings and collab with like somebody and go on it. But how did y'all really come together and like start everything?
Man, do you want a long version or you want a shorter version?
We're only here for an hour, so I just
okay, cool. I'll get this. So as far as the podcast itself, for Panthers fans only, so I knew Tavion. Me and Tavion became friends freshman year of college. Went through a couple of different business ventures and things of that nature.
Where y'all go to school?
ECU.
Okay.
East Carolina.
Go Pirates.
Go Pirates for sure.
Shout out to Greenville.
Yeah, for sure. If y'all want to have a good time, come to the city. But yeah, so me and Tavion, we became close our freshman year of college. Like I said, different business ventures with different people and things of that nature. Fast forward, I created a business called Goodies and Two Shoes. That took on a life of itself. Fast forward a little bit further, we created our YouTube channel called the G2S Network. Started off with doing interviews with minor league players, a couple of players that were looking to break out, whatever the case may be. And the title of that was Good Talk.
Yeah.
Off of Good Talk, I had a burning desire for creating content around the Carolina Panthers because my favorite team, my favorite professional team.
You got it tatted on the floor.
It's tatted on me. Yeah, it's tatted
it's on
me.
you.
So,
it's in you. It's on you.
It's in my blood, so it's a little bit different. So off of Good Talk, I'll record an episode, every week, whatever the case may be, whether I had a guest or if I was by myself, whatever. But there was a desire to talk about the Panthers, and the Panthers aren't the sexiest team to talk about.
Not at all.
As it pertains to, professional sports. Yeah. So I dabbled and dabbled a little bit, and it came up with the name for Panthers Fans Only, recorded an episode or two, whatever the case may be. And then I was looking for different people to try and bring on, put together. I'm not going to lie, a couple of my boys that are Panthers fans, they were scared. They were a little
scared
nervous. The lights get bright. The lights get bright,
True.
But then Terence, I met through Tavion, I want to say sophomore year, so it was never really a consideration, I don't think, initially. But then as I just thought about it more and just his personality, my personality, things like that, I was just like, man. So I shot him a text. I was like, bro, I got an idea. I can't give you no money. It's a small YouTube channel, whatever the case may be, but I really, really feel passionate about it. And I think just based on what I've seen, we can make it work. And he was fully bought in, from that point forward. And so that's kind of how FPFO came along. We did about a year changing different people out, doing camera work, everything, production. And we brought Tavion along just because Tavion was, he was there for the inception of Goodies and Two Shoes. So it made sense. And then when we brought him on, since he's been on, it's changed the whole game and the dynamic for us. And, I've established a team around it. And, it's been a blast.
So how many episodes y'all in?
So this is season 4, technically. This is his third season.
Yeah, I think it's 3 for me.
Yeah, this is season 3. I don't know how many episodes. Over 120, I'd say, for sure. So we definitely have a little catalog for sure.
So Terrence, you said you've been on about 3 seasons, man. What do you think? You said you didn't start off from the jump, but what do you think has been the sauce or the secret of why y'all click so much to make it 3 seasons? Because like you said, y'all it changed a couple people out.
Yeah.
But what do you think about y'all chemistry or dynamic between the two of y'all made it kind of work for these 3 seasons?
It's funny, just to go a little back into it, I was never the camera, lights, camera, action person, social media person. So honestly, it's kind of crazy. I jumped out of my comfort zone to even get started, but it's been great. It's been great so far. You learn a lot about yourself, a lot about your really start to tap into your personality and stuff like that. I think the reason that we're able to click is because if y'all know JJ is this person who's so JJ, he's always spazzing, and I try to bring the more mellow side of the situation kind of thing. Yeah, I got to make everything even keel. So that's where I come in at. And I think it a lot of people enjoy that. Yeah. They enjoy hearing JJ go crazy and spaz out, but they also enjoy the calm, reasonable person on the set, not to throw any crazy any crazy shade or anything like that. But I think that's what makes us click. You have 2 people who are kind of opposite in that sense, but it brings everything together. Because I think that from a viewership standpoint, that's something that people want to see.
Yeah.
And so that's what I think makes us click. So yeah, it's been fun.
Nah, that's real because I guess the lack of better terms, a sparring partner. You don't want to spar somebody that's quote unquote not on your level and stuff, but you also want to have that perspective of you even each other out, so it makes it, you know what I'm saying, you kind of with the jabs and the right hooks and stuff like that. It's just a balance of hot and cold. So Tavion, you a Panthers fan too, right?
No.
Nah?
No, sir.
But you on the FPFO?
I am on the FPFO, but that's why I like to refer to myself as the voice of reason on the show, right? Because it is a Panthers podcast, but, we got to keep it reasonable, and give it an outside perspective of
who your team?
Dallas.
So you seem reasonable, but you're a Carolina.
I'm so glad
I'm a reasonable fan. I'm not one of these ones that we Super Bowl every year. I get confident at some point in time of the year.
What?
I fight it hard, but No, I do like to. I like to think of myself as like a knowledgeable football fan, though. Like I love the game of football. I love everything about it. I love studying the players from college to the pros. Like I just love football. And obviously, I live in the state of North Carolina, so you run into a lot of Panthers fans. It's only natural. And then, like I said, met both of them in college. All we ever did was go back and forth, debating, battling, talking football. Something funny that kind of brought along the idea of FPFO was after football games, JJ and I and our roommate Kenny at the time would sit there and like legitimately on Sundays interview each other after the games before our team and be like, yo, so how do you feel coming out of this game? Are you disappointed? We would ask each other questions and go back and forth, like mock interviews like we were actually a part of the team.
That's what's up.
And that's kind of then that's just where it that's where it all stems from, like just that love and that genuine bond as friends. And I think that's what really makes us click so well.
And you're not usually on camera, man. So this is your debut, man. So shout out to Panther Banter Podcast for getting Tavion on camera. But it's a world premiere. He got the aviators on, right? Chilling right now with the wet curls in his head.
The lights is bright in Atlanta.
That's what it is.
He said he had to come to the city, man, put himself on camera. But Tavion, what motivates you to kind of stay involved though? Because me personally, I know. I mean, obviously, I'm a creative and stuff like that, but what really kind of keeps me going is the fact that I'm a Panthers fan. Like, because creating content and doing this stuff, it's like, it can get monotonous, it can get tough. So, like, if I was covering anybody but Carolina, I probably would have quit at some point. So, like, you being a Cowboys fan, how is it easy for you, or how are you able to keep going and staying with it and being consistent with them and helping them out on their journey?
Well, I mean, after last season, I'd be lying to you if I told you it was easy. Sometimes it can be very tough. But genuinely, I really enjoy, sitting there and talking football and really talking about the Panthers with two of my closest friends. Yeah. And just being there for my brothers and being able to support them in their journey and supporting their dream of making FPFO one of the greatest sports talk shows about the Panthers. Like, that's what really drives me, and like being consistent there for them.
Respect, man, because I don't have a lot of respect for a lot of Cowboys fans, but you on the list, the short list, because I got everybody got an uncle that's a Cowboys fan. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? They be getting on everybody's nerves at Thanksgiving because they play every year on Thanksgiving. Yeah. He be that one dude that be yelling. He come and decked out in navy blue with the hat on or a cowboy hat on.
He got some of that same attire.
Yeah,
I do.
Cowboy boots. I do for sure.
Yeah, for sure. It's the uniform, but
they just embarrassing.
Hey, I'm trying to change the culture around them too. We're trying to make them more reasonable.
Good luck.
I got beef with them too sometimes. Don't worry.
Got about 50, 60 years of unreasonableness for sure. But just real quick, I want to just talk about like how we kind of linked up, what I'm saying, last year. Yeah. And just, I guess you want to tell the story about how
sure.
You kind of reached out to me and how we I came across and stuff like
sure.
that. Just,
first and foremost, I'm going to say, and I have no problem saying it, I'm a huge fan of Aaron Duncan. I've gone on record multiple times on our podcast and said that. So with that, I mean, before we even started for Panthers Fans Only, and more specifically taking it serious, you were one of the content creators that I watched religiously just because you were one of the only ones making content around the team that I felt was something that I would want to watch and digestible, I guess you could say.
Appreciate that.
So off of that, me and Terence were talking one day, and I was just telling him because I heard you on his TV, and I had never brought you up before.
It's crazy.
Yeah. No lie. I had never brought you up before, like because we would just always do our own thing, watch whoever we watch, whatever the case may be. But I saw you or heard you on his TV. I was staying at his crib one night, and I was like, "Bro, you be watching him?" He was like, "Yeah, I be watching him all the time, bro." I was like, "Me too." Like. He really adds something to the space for sure. And I was like, bro, we should just try and link up with him. And he was like, yeah, we should. And that was it.
Yeah.
But off of that, I was just like, nah, we really, really should. Yeah, so I DM'd you. And I'll be honest. I tell people all the time, like, I didn't think it was going to happen. I'm not going to lie just because I was like, bro, we got like, 150, 200 subscribers over here. He like 15K big. I told him you can't do nothing with money, so I was just like, I'm gonna just give it a shot. So shot you a DM. You responded back. I was like, damn, okay. Well, we lit. After you contacted me back, we hopped on a FaceTime call, met down at training camp, and the rest was history. For real, for real. My perspective. What's your perspective?
Nah, it was pretty much the same, man. Like, and not even to be completely honest, I didn't know who you was when you hit me up.
Yeah, definitely.
But the thing about it is, I love training camp so much. That's like I told you before. It's like the Super Bowl for content creators in terms of just because not everybody can get to the practices and stuff like that. It'll be a little bit different now that it's in Charlotte, but not everybody can get to the practices. And I'm blessed with an opportunity where I work from home, so I can be there every practice. And so I'm sneaking and geeking like it's a bootleg movie, getting practice content. But it's like something that everybody can't get. So like. I had so many between last year with Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. I had a video hit 50K for the first time and just it's exclusive content. So like if you can be there in person, laying your own eyes on there, not going off the beat writers because the beat writers can't do video. They can only say a certain amount of things. Me being independent, not being paid by nobody, I can kind of give literally my full perspective, unbiased, and have clips to support that. I just think anybody that can show up and be there, it's going to be something that the masses want because hype is at an all-time high. Hope is at an all-time high at that point. So, like, being there and y'all, you saying you were coming and showing up, I was like, shoot, I'll be in town. My family lives back there, but I don't do nothing in Greenville like that back home. So I'm like, shoot, might as well get up with y'all. And then we recorded a podcast, and after that's been cool. And then we took that trip to Chicago. And I'll say this. When you deal with black folks, man, and traveling, people will flake.
Yes.
They flake.
Definitely.
So I always say, like, going on a trip with anybody, whether it's family, friends, whoever, that's kind of the place where you build a lot of like camaraderie and just hanging with people and really get to know. And y'all said it. It was a different side of me. It wasn't me that you see on camera, polished up, buttoned up. It was me kind of unwinding, obviously at the game in my element and stuff like that. And it was a good time in Chicago. But I really thought that kind of helped take our like relationship and stuff like that kind of to the next level, and it really kind of helped us build kind of a foundation. I don't know how y'all felt about the trip. I had a blast.
Definitely.
Yeah, but, it was a great time.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
I mean, because kind of the same story. Like, I was just randomly like watching one of your videos one day, and then he was like, "Oh, like unnecessary bluntness." So I was like, "Yeah, I watch them." Because honestly, I don't know if this is bad to say, but I don't watch anybody else in this space. I'll be honest.
It's not bad to say. You can be honest. That's what FPFO bring.
I just don't, and I mean, like, I just don't. So it's like, so it was crazy that we got to meet you at training camp, and then recorded the podcast. Like, we got a lot of gems from that day. And then, like you said, planning a Chicago trip. And people do flake. But I will say, once me and JJ lock in on something, like a trip, we're gone.
It's locked.
Yeah, we're gone. So, that was a very fun time. We had Chicago turned up. Like, we had all the Bears fans, like, they was hot at us.
Because we were, at one point or another, we were trying to figure out how we were going to get out.
It was you. You was a troublemaker. Me and Terence was kind of chilling.
Bro, we was yelling with me.
You were behind us wilding, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You was behind us wilding.
Because I came in the stadium and went straight down. Yo, we outside.
Yeah, we did make it on Prime TV too, by the way.
That was cool. That was cool being down there in that lower level. It was worth every penny, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
So where we going this year?
Vegas.
Vegas.
You coming this year?
Oh yeah, I'm partaking in this one. Absolutely.
I believe it when I see the itinerary. That's how I am.
Just talking about how black people be, so he
my hotel already paid for. I'm good. I'm
there. Vegas, here we come. All right, so quick little icebreaker. Got a couple questions for y'all. This video is sponsored by Homage. You know, guys, I'm a sucker for nostalgia, and they really specialize in top quality clothing of some of the stuff from the good old days, whether it's NBA Jam, Tecmo Bowl, or just dope, fresh gear for pretty much all the major sports. Hoodies, t-shirts, sweats, they really have a unique spin on pretty much anything you could want in terms of clothing. Be sure to go shop with them, and when you do, use my link down below. I'll be able to get a commission based off of whatever you spend on there, and it'll pretty much you supporting the channel, but also getting something for yourself. You're basically helping me help you because you get dope gear, and I get a little kickback from them letting you know that they appreciate me putting you guys on. I'm a really big fan of the brand too, so it really helps me out in any kind of future partnerships that I may want to explore with them. This is a this or that.
Okay.
If you had your life was on the line. Well, actually, if you had a chance for $1 million, one-on-one scenario at the goal line, would you rather try to tackle Cam Newton one-on-one or try to get by Luke Kuechly on the 1 yard line, head up in the drill in the box?
Good Lord.
On the
1 yard line. You need 1 yard in a box drill.
I'll take my chances against Luke.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm running through Luke's face. I'm running through Luke's face, man.
I just haven't seen anybody stop Cam on the one. That man is like 6'5", 250. Yeah. Like, not to take anything away from Luke, but I mean, I just feel like I can leverage my body to where I can possibly score on the goal line.
You can get 3 feet against Luke, bro.
I'm surprised you, the D tackle, don't want to try Cam.
Nah. I've never seen him do too many D tackles in the league. Crazy. And you think a high school D tackle? Man, nah, I can't play with it. And you know, I usually get to talking crazy, but nah, I definitely got to try Luke. Luke can't stop me from getting 3 feet, bro. And the box drill dunk, me. I'm like 330, bro.
I also don't believe he can stop me from getting.
y'all really disrespecting one of the greatest linebackers of all time, right here.
Respect,
but he was never like. I feel like he was never like a goal line stuffer linebacker. He was more so sideline to sideline.
He can tackle.
He can tackle, but I'm taking my chances with Luke.
Yeah. What about you? What are you taking?
I'm taking Luke. I seen him at the training camp, that little camp he went to get juked by that little 10-year-old. He may be able to get had. But like you said, Cam, he 250 pounds. It's tough, man. For a yard.
He liable to dunk up. He liable to dunk up
reach over
in the yard. It's tough.
Yeah.
All right. It's the next one. Would you rather get kicked in the shin by Graham Gano or go helmet to helmet 5 times with Thomas Davis?
Good Lord.
How many times do I got to get kicked in the shin? Just once? Oh, kicked in the shin by Grano. Absolutely.
Bro.
Kicked in the shin
like by a Grano. Field goal kicked in the shin. Like he lined it up and just...
maybe that was too easy. Let me say kicked in the shin by Graham Gano.
Yeah, because if I got to go head-to-head with TD 5 times...
He said helmet. He said helmet to helmet.
Yeah.
Okay, let me do this one. Graham getting kicked in the shin by Graham Gano. Mm-hmm. Again, your pinky toe stepped on. By Starla Tulele. With cleats on.
God.
Graham Gano.
Yeah, probably Graham still. Starla, that's a big boy.
Bro, have you ever had your feet stepped on with cleats on?
Yes.
It's one of the top 5 worst feelings in the world.
Absolutely. And then it's like you can't even do nothing. You're restricted.
You picking the shin?
Yeah, because
Star's
a big boy.
Yeah.
Star's a big boy.
When last time you got kicked in the shin?
I've never been kicked.
I don't think I've been.
I don't know if I've been kicked in the shin.
On the corner of the bed on my shin a couple times. You know what I'm talking about? But
that's a humbling experience.
Yeah, but as far as like being kicked in the shin, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just not going for that.
All right.
Because I'll smack a little kid too.
All right, one more real quick. This is not a this or that. This is just a little discussion.
Okay.
I'm going to talk to you, matter of fact, because you're a Cowboys fan here.
All right.
Is it a violation to wear another team's jersey and then not your team?
Ooh, no. This is a good one.
No?
I don't think so. Because
under what circumstances?
Under the circumstances of like, if you're just for fashion.
Yeah.
Right? If you're wearing it for fashion. Or like, I like to do this thing because during the season, I won't wear another team's jersey. But at training camp, I like to wear all the jerseys that I have collected.
Yeah.
Because every time my dad used to go to travel to another city for business trips, he would come back with a jersey. So I have a bunch of different jerseys from a bunch of different places. And I want to be able to wear them. So I'll wear them out of season. One season, I wore it in season.
Okay, I was about to say.
I wanted to know if he was going to
I was about to say.
I'm about to say, so y'all sound like some purists.
Yeah.
So, not me, but you can go ahead.
I'm not wearing another team's jersey. I just can't do it.
Under any circumstances?
Under any circumstances.
I will.
Why?
I just can't, like I would just go into any city. It don't matter, because sometimes I just like to go to games that doesn't involve, like, I haven't really went to any football games outside of the Panthers, but, like, any other sporting events, I just like to go to games that don't have anything to do with my favorite team, but I'll wear either something not sports-related or I'm rocking my team's jersey.
Yeah,
I know I'm going to get the hecklers, but it is what it is.
Yeah, they definitely going to chat. I will. Not for the reasons that he will. That's why he didn't want to dive into that.
He ain't really elaborate.
Yeah, he ain't elaborate.
Because you don't know.
I'm going to let you slide, though. I will, personally. I mean, I don't even know if I want to say this on this podcast because I feel like I'm going to get slandered, especially with the tattoo and everything now. But before I was even a Panthers fan, I was a Falcons fan. Crazy enough.
Yikes.
That's nasty, ain't it? But
nasty,
I mean, I lived here for like 3 or 4 years when I was younger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just like it was inevitable that was going to happen because I was as young as I was. But as far as like the jerseys now, you won't catch me too much in another team's jersey now. But like when I was in high school, early college years, whatever the case may be, like I would just rock a jersey. Cause that was just a swag that I like going with. So I don't think it's a violation personally. Now, I don't think I'm going in any other city rocking another team's jersey ever. Yeah. Every time I'm in another city and I'm at an event, as far as an NFL game, it's Panthers for sure. Yeah. It's Panthers for sure. Like NFL, if we're at an NFL event or an NFL game, absolutely not. Panthers all day long. But as far as like just everyday wear or whatever the case may be, I don't think it's a violation.
To me, I think that it to an extent, there's levels to it. It can't be a current player. And if it's a certain legend for like a rival team, like you would never catch me wearing I love Vic. He was one of my favorite players growing. You would never catch me in a Vic jersey or a Breeze jersey. But I own a Cordell Stewart jersey. I got a Dan Marino. If it's vintage, I got a Barry Sanders jersey. Bro, I got a Junior Seau jersey.
You'll rock a Vic jersey, bro.
Nah,
I done seen some Vic jerseys you'll rock, bro.
I wouldn't rock a Vic jersey or a Dion jersey.
Really? The Dion jerseys are tough because your uncle had one. The last game.
You know what I'm saying? It was tough. I couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it?
Like if I could do a vintage, like I said, of any team pretty much, but it's just certain teams I would just never, in my block, I could never do it. But I don't think it's a violation unless it's a current player.
You wouldn't rock a Deion Dallas jersey?
Nah. I would rock any Dallas jersey.
Dallas, anything.
There's certain teams that I just can't do, man. But let's keep it pushing, though. Because, like, Panthers this year, let's talk about the current year. Yes. So we don't have a first-round draft pick, obviously. We traded up for Bryce Young. And we got second-round picks because we got rid of Brian Burns and that whole saga. So we have two second-round draft picks within the top 40. I want to talk about the history of us picking in the second round because we all know, like, despite who the GM was, we picked some legends, some all-pros, some very good players in the first round. I'm talking Derek Brown just got the bag this year. Brian Burns, he got a bag. He got traded. Hall of Fame. We got Hall of Famers that Marty Herney has picked. We have all kind of good players. But outside of that, it's been kind of up and down. So the history of the second round picks, I want to talk about who is some of the better, some of the bad and good ones. Obviously, last year, Jonathan Mingo, TBD. The year before, the year before that, we didn't have one. Before that, we have Terrence Marshall Jr. in 2021. 2020, we got YGM and Jeremy Chin. 2019, we got Greg Little. 2018, we got Dante Jackson. 2017, you got Curtis Samuel and Taylor Moton. 2016, you got James Bradbury. 2015, you got Funches. 2014, you got Coney Ely, Kawan Short in 2013. Amini Silatolu, if you remember Amini, for 2012. And the next one back to 2010 is Jimmy Clausen.
Stud.
I need to pull up. I need to
some
pull
hits
up the list.
and some definite misses. If you had over the past, I guess that's 14 years, going back to 2010 with Jimmy Clausen, who would you say was probably the best out of that list we named? Because there's some hitters on here, man. But obviously, some
How
people
far can I go back? Did you say
2010? Jimmy Clausen was the last one I named.
Okay.
Jimmy Clausen was the worst. In my opinion, I'll just start there.
Speak your piece.
Now, yeah, I mean, Jimmy Clausen, he drove my brain through the dirt when watching that season. It was just everything about Jimmy Clausen. I mean, like, I don't remember as much now as, like, if there was a bad quarterback at, like, a Baker Mayfield, like remembering Baker Mayfield. Yeah. I remember him more, like, I remember more of Baker Mayfield on the Panthers than Jimmy Clausen, obviously, but I just know we're a bad football team, and he sucks. So he's my
over Greg Little,
bro. That's who I was.
Greg Little was my bad, bro.
That was who was my worst.
I mean, Greg Little's in the league, but
it was between. Bad. You want me to tell you how nasty it is for me? Like, and this is going to foreshadow a little bit, I think. But it was between Greg Little and TMJ for me. TMJ, hey, I'm not gonna lie, dog. I know you're gonna give me. I know you're gonna give me flack for this.
No.
TMJ. It's a wrap.
Saying TMJ but not Mingo is insane to me. But okay,
the book ain't been written on Mingo yet. But TMJ is.
Okay.
Hey, you can't tell him that.
Okay,
you cannot tell him that because oh my God, they watched that one play. And you know what play? The Mingo play
from the Texans.
Where he put his ass out of bounds first?
On the Titans game. Yeah, they watched that, both of them. And since then, they ain't been able to forgive him. I'm under the belief that he might be one of the best. In 10 years, we could look back and say Jonathan Mingo was one of the best second-round picks we ever done had. That's how I feel.
For us?
Yeah.
Is he going to be playing for us?
That's the question. Because you seen the rumors this week like I did. Or did you not?
If we double dip,
They're not
legit rumors. I'm gonna tell you something. They got that from me. I was speculating weeks ago because when I heard the double dip, and I was like, the math ain't working out. Because I was like, cool, we added Deontay, cool, but then I'm like, oh, the Panthers are looking at Mike Williams. I'm like, I thought we was gonna double dip at receiver. We had Mike Williams and a rookie receiver. The numbers, I'm like, TMJ is cooked. I'm like, Mingo, they re-signed ISM. Stuff like that. I'm like, it's looking a little crowded in there.
So that was your fault.
Maybe. But whoever wrote that article, they pretty much just jacked what I was speculating about 3 weeks ago.
That's nasty, no. I'm disappointed. Mingo, bro.
I had the same thought, though.
I don't understand and I don't want to get too far. I don't want to go too far down the line. And Dante Jackson is high on my list for second rounds.
For the best?
Yeah, he's high on the list. I'm not going to say he's number one. I got to look at the list again, but he's high on my list. They hate him too. But
it's not the case, bro. Nobody hates him, bro.
He's
just average.
Yeah, he's just very average.
And you just tried to gas him like he was a stud.
And that's the same thing I do with Mingo, allegedly, right?
I
think Mingo is going to be a dog, bro.
I mean,
I really do.
You gave him a nickname before he stepped on the field.
John.
And ever since then, you've just been rolling with him.
John.
You got a jersey?
Yeah.
You invested. You need him to work. You get traded, you going to be down bad. The Nike jersey is about $180. All right. So, in terms of the best, though, I think it's got to be between. I'm looking at KK Short.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at Taylor Moton. Bradbury may be up there a little bit, whether you like Bradbury or not. Mm-hmm. So who y'all think is the best out of the second round picks of the last 15 years or so?
Let me ask you a question. Is it Bradbury with Carolina or is it Bradbury as a career? Because I feel like Bradbury has had a couple of years, some of his best seasons have been with Philly, not with us. So it's just like, I wouldn't be mad at Bradbury if we're taking it from a career perspective, but as far as what he did in Carolina, he was a solid corner, but he wasn't 2015 J-No.
No, not at all.
You know what I'm saying?
We've been looking for him ever since.
Yeah, no, for real. So it's just like, I'm not mad at Bradbury, though, all of that being said, but I think if I had to pick with that time frame, I'm going to take KK. KK had a great run.
Yeah, he had a couple of double-digit sack season, got a bag.
Yeah, for sure.
Terence?
Would it be bad if I said Timo?
No.
Because maybe he can unblock us now. But
you said PG-13. so I'm gonna let it slide.
He's been
that is crazy.
Well, he's been more the consistent, better ones that we drafted.
He hasn't missed a game since he's been starting.
Yeah, he's been more consistent. More the better ones, hasn't lost his job or anything like that. Now sometimes he can make us drive our head into the wall, but other than that, I wouldn't be mad going Timo.
I would say KK because I feel like his impact in the time frame that he was playing was just so major. Like he really led the charge on that D-line and made them so dominant, and that's why we saw them have so much success, I think. And he really cleared up a lot of them lanes for them linebackers to really get active.
Yeah,
it's crazy to me because we talking about double dipping at receiver. We literally double dipped at defensive tackle. If we did that this year, they burned the city down. It worked out for us. But if we double dip at D tackle,
that would be nasty.
It would be insane.
I'm not gonna lie.
But that's how you win, though.
His brand is very clean, elegant. Stuff like that. FPFO, if they double dip on D tackle,
that's airing it out.
Yeah. I was about to say, we might get canceled.
Well, that's a good segue. We'll just start briefly. What is your draft expectations? Because we know, the past couple of guys, Scott Fitter, we have guys that were drafted that aren't even in the league anymore.
Yeah.
Matt Corral's going to be playing today. For Birmingham, and then you got guys like Troy Pride. No shade, respectfully to everybody. Y'all live my dream. I wanted to go to the league, but we have dudes that aren't in the NFL anymore like that were chosen under the prior regime. So like, what are y'all draft expectations? Let's start with you, Tavion. What do you expect from Dan Morgan? He was under the wing of Scott Fish, so he watched all this happen. So what are your expectations?
I'm expecting them to. Hopefully they maintain their draft position, like they're not trading away picks, because you absolutely need to keep as many draft picks as possible because we're lacking right now. But I'm expecting offensive line. I'm expecting cornerback and definitely wide receiver. Those are the three positions that I'm really looking for.
In that order priority?
Yeah, I think so, because I think the game starts and ends in the trenches. I think I say that weekly on FPFO. Yeah. And so I think that's the most important position. You got to shore up the offensive line, and I think it's center specifically because I don't trust Austin to stay healthy for a full season. Yeah. And I think it's about time to maybe look at a replacement and really shore up and make sure that you protect Bryce, because Bryce is the future of the team, and it all starts with him. So I would say O-line. Actually, I'm going to say O-line, cornerback, because I think wide receiver is a little bit deeper in this class than cornerback. So I would go in that order.
Nah, I respect that. Yeah, Terence?
My expectations is for it to be how it's been throughout the offseason. Surround talent around Bryce. Get Bryce help. And I think they made an emphasis on that like throughout the offseason. So think wide receiver, and then I wouldn't be mad going O-line or either edge. Yeah. And because I think that it's not a bad idea going to get like one of those studs, like if the Alabama guy is still there or something like that, then I wouldn't be mad at going to get him. So, and obviously we have Jadeveon Clowney and DJ Wanham, but Jadeveon Clowney is on the back end of his career, I would say. So we can bring a guy in that we can develop and,
So rank them three. That was a three in order? The priority, you think?
Yes.
Okay.
Receiver, O-line. No, in my mocks, I have receiver, edge, and then probably O-line.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are your expectations for Dan Morgan? Because, I was a little bit bothered that they kept him and didn't just completely clean house. We haven't really cleaned the house, per se, and got GM and head coach at the same time from outside the organization.
Right.
I understand that he want to get some Kool-Aid points for not completely erasing the team's history, but I thought we really had a chance to go in a different direction, get somebody from the Eagles or the Chiefs, you know what I'm saying, with the new coach. And so it just felt like it was half-stepping getting the guy that was on the staff with the guy that literally set us back probably 2 to 3 years. But regardless, what are your draft expectations for them? Because like I said, there's been some guys that we picked in the past that aren't even in the league anymore.
Right.
So what are your expectations for how they attack the draft, and just what do you think is the three position they'll prioritize, and put them in order? What you think?
Okay, cool. For me, like I said, I don't like going into the draft. I said this on my podcast a week or two ago, right? When we were talking about the draft, and I said I don't really like coming in with expectations because I've come in with expectations before, and I've been burned by the organization, however you look at it.
Happened to me too.
And then it turns out that they end up in the UFL, respectfully. But as far as this season is concerned, I want to comment on something you said too, because I wasn't rocking with them bringing Dan Morgan in either, because I felt like if you're going to restart, you're going to restart.
Yeah.
And it's very, very hard to me to look at. It would be hard for you to look at me if we're talking about for Panthers fans only as a whole. It would be hard for me to make a decision, and Terence to be my co-host, whatever the case may be, and you not look at him as supporting that decision.
Yeah,
right. Because ultimately, I'm at the head of it, and there have been discussions. We're a team, and that's what we came up with as a team. Yeah. Right. So it was hard for me to get over that. But I think for me personally, I think Dan Morgan and the organization have played this offseason perfectly. That's how I feel. Now, I could be, too optimistic, which I feel myself teetering that line.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
I will not be putting money out there specifically with him this year. So I'm going to relax on that. But for the draft, I just want us to make sure that we're on the same page. That's the biggest thing.
So what's the priorities, though?
Oh, man.
Give me the three.
For me.
In order.
I want to go wide receiver, 33, 39.
Double dip. Off real?
Me personally, yes.
So you want to push John and TMJ off the roster?
I mean, if it happens, it happens. But to me,
they die.
But it breeds competition.
Yeah.
Because if TMJ and John are who I believe they are, then that's only going to elevate their game. And if we get two receivers that are second round talents, that means our room has increased productivity significantly. And that was the biggest problem last year. You didn't have weapons for Bryce.
But what does that matter if Bryce is on his backside 40-some times again?
Again, maybe I might be jaded, but I just read an article about 4 or 5 days ago that predicted the Carolina Panthers offensive line to be top 5. Do we need depth? Absolutely.
Yeah.
We need depth.
On paper.
We need depth. But you can go get, if they're only depth pieces, you can go get that 5th, 6th, 7th.
I mean,
what do we have? We have a 5th, 6th, and a 7th, correct?
We don't have a 7th. We have, I think, two fifths, if I'm not mistaken. We have
cool.
41.
So that's where you go get your depth. Unless you have a plan and you want Xavier Legette. If you want him, I believe that he'll drop. I believe he'll drop a little bit further than the 33 or 39. And I think we'll be able to get him on our next turn. But if that's not your plan and you're trying to get best available and you need a receiver, I like the idea of double dipping. I know we have a lot of holes to fill. I understand that. But like y'all say, and you know how I feel about Bryce, and I won't even go too deep into it, but I want to make sure he has all the weapons possible to be successful.
Because if he doesn't, he wants to slander his name.
No, that's not the reason why. That's not the reason why.
So who's your third group? Wide receiver.
Yeah, wide receiver is 1 and 2 for you. So what's number 3?
Yeah, probably edge.
Okay.
Probably edge.
So,
and if it's between edge and cornerback. Because I think we need another corner. I know they brought Troy Hill back. I know, but JC just scares me so much with everything he does. Every time he's on the field, and this is no disrespect, but every time he's on the field, I'm holding my breath because I know the talent that he is, but I just don't know how long he'll be able to display the talent within that season. Because first 2 or 3 years of his career, obviously 2 years ago he played 15 games. That was phenomenal. But then when we needed him the most. You know what I'm saying? When the chips were in the middle of the table for Tampa Bay and Carolina, would have been one of the craziest stories. And I'm under the belief that if Uncle Steve would have got us to the playoffs,
he would have got
Uncle Steve would have. I believe Uncle Steve would have got the job.
That was just wrong place, wrong time, though, bro. He really.
I mean,
it was friendly fire. Somebody's helmet hit his wrist and he broke his wrist. It's not like a foot injury.
I'd say play with the club on.
Yeah, but exactly.
I think if he could have did that, he would have, because like they showed him at a Hornets game a little bit later and he didn't have the wrap on. And I personally, for me, I think corner is dire need. Like this is just If Kool-Aid or Nate Wiggins falls, they are the pick. I don't really care about wide receivers. I don't care about the offensive line. We literally have Dane Jackson, who is a competitive replacement level player. He's going to be our cornerback number 2. Y'all can say what y'all want about Dante, but Dante was a starting level corner. Wasn't one of the best.
Yes, he was.
But
be respectful.
Regardless, he was a competitive corner. Dane Jackson competed as a backup depth piece. He was good in spare parts. He's going to be cornerback 2. If J.C. Horn goes down, he is cornerback 1. We are food in the secondary if that happens. I think corner is a dire need. If a first-round talent falls to 33, you take that. You put your phone on silent. You don't take any calls for trade requests. You don't do anything. You go get Kool-Aid or you go get Nate. If they don't, wait till the second round. There's some guys I do like. Maybe in 39, I think we should trade back and prioritize that in a second. But I think cornerback is the dire need. Then I'd probably say edge is up there as well. If a dynamic edge that you like is there, I don't think this edge class is the best. I think you can get by until next year. I don't think we're going to be that good next year, so we can get a guy high next year and do that. But I think we got Clowney for another 2 years, Wanham for whatever. I think that's a good bridge guy. We have no bridge guys at corner. You know, we could get by at receiver as well because it's depth. But I just think that, like, corner is like the house is on fire, dog. Like, we got to put that out.
I agree with you in that stance, but are you comfortable rolling out Deontay and Adam?
Yes. Over Dane Jackson and maybe or maybe not J.C. Horn?
Yeah, I mean,
because then you put DiCaprio Boodle back out there again for a full-time starter.
And see, that's why I'm jaded. I'm jaded because I think Deshaun Jameson is a dog.
Or you're going to have to overpay Stephon Gilmore. And that's going to probably happen regardless. The fact that if a top corner gets us in the draft, we have a little bit of a bargaining chip with Stephon. But if not, we don't get one, and we don't get a starting caliber one that can start probably from day one.
You have
compete for a starting spot. We're going to have to overpay Gilmore. And he's good. But that's just not. They've not been in a position this year where they overpaid pretty much anybody. But it's going to force your hand. It's going to give him all the leverage.
You know how they say I like gassing up these talents based on what I believe they can be.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if Dane Jackson is starting cornerback too. If we don't draft one, because I like Deshaun Jameson. That's how much I trust in Deshaun Jameson.
He's too small for me.
I like him. I see him hold his own against the best receiver in the league.
That's playing cover 4, giving all that cushion.
That's because he's tapped in. That's why you like him.
No,
so
that's
I
not
think
the
it's
case.
jaded a little bit.
That's not the case. I done seen him have moments where he looks like a dog, and I like dog. But he
got snagged on by him, and he gave him the little boy stance. That's because he's 5'9". He's competitive. He like a pit bull, but
5'8". Probably.
Yeah, but he's not a starting. He's not a consistent starting level outside corner going against a guy like Mike Evans who just got a bag, who's going for perennial 1,000-yard wide receiver.
JC don't get hurt.
What do you mean?
JC don't get hurt. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
He has to, but that's just something that you can't really assume or risk. Yeah, that's not because like I said, the house is on fire. Because then you're going to be calling up Josh Norman from the coffee stand again, and he's going to be coming in later on in the season trying to get him to play corner. So like, I think it's I think the house is on fire, man, for the cornerback position.
I respect that, and I you may have changed my stance a little bit because when you look at it like that, yeah, that's nasty. Because I don't know if Bro can be my cornerback one. He'll have me tweaking out. He'll have me tweaking out on that podcast. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, you're right. All
right. So let's do some trivia, man. We're gonna land this plane.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm terrible at trivia.
One question apiece. It's Panthers. It's Panthers trivia. Who want to go first?
I'll go first because I'll get it out the way if I mess it up.
This is a softball. Name 3 quarterbacks in Panthers history that have double-digit numbers. You have 30 seconds.
Double-digit numbers?
You ain't got to say the question back. Your time is still going.
Frank Reich, for sure. Sam Darnold. Am I blazing?
Yeah. 30 seconds. It's really generous, honestly.
It is generous. I'm blazing. Chris, what's my man's name? Chris, what's his last name, bro? Chris...
4, 3,
Chris Winky.
2, you got it in.
I'm different. I don't know why that was so difficult.
Double-digit numbers.
Yeah.
The jersey number.
And why didn't I just say Jake DeLong? I'm tripping.
That's what I was waiting for.
I made it more difficult. It's for the content.
Who want the next one? The lights get on, you start freezing up a little bit. Who want the next one?
Pressure got to me almost.
I'll take the next one.
All right. What was the original name of the stadium that the Panthers played at?
Good Lord.
You got 20 seconds.
And you gave him 20 for this one? That's tough.
This is easy work. If you don't know it, you don't know it.
I don't know it.
Take a guess, man.
I have no idea.
I think I know it, but I don't know. I'm not 100%
sure. Where was the stadium that they played the first game?
That's the question.
I actually a different one then. I'll give you 20 from there.
Where was the stadium they played their first game?
The first inaugural match against the Rams.
Yeah, I have no idea, bro.
No guesses?
No, I
actually don't. Do you have a guess?
I don't have a guess.
All right, your time is up. What you got?
Clemson?
Yeah, Memorial Stadium.
Yeah.
Erickson Stadium was the answer to the first one. Then it became BOA. But
Yeah,
Clemson. That's all. Well, I never knew the name of the stadium, Memorial. But I knew they were like teamed up with Clemson and playing their home games.
See, I didn't even know that. That's insane to me.
Yeah.
That was the first one against the Rams. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So last one. Tavion, who has the most passing yards in a season in Panthers history?
Ooh.
Is
it Cam?
You got 20. Oh, no, that's wrong.
It's not. Okay.
Any guesses?
Jake?
No.
Don't tell me
it ain't, bro. It ain't
the most passing yards in a season?
In a season?
In Panthers history.
He said I can't repeat the question back. I'm sorry.
It's not.
I know it ain't Frank, and I know it ain't Jimmy Clausen.
And if it's not Cam.
And it's not Jake. It's not Chris.
It's not Matt Moore.
You got 5, 4, 3,
Chris?
2, and...
I suck at trivia. What is it?
Steve Berline.
Oh, my God,
1999. As the single
nobody broke that
passing record. Not in my
That just shows
we've been in the trenches, bro. We got to come into the 21st century as an organization.
Yeah,
he just had over 4,000 yards. I think it was 4,099. Steve Berline.
Steve Berline.
1999, a 25-year-old record.
Weird.
All these rules has happened to help passing
And
teams.
Cam never broke that, even after starting with two.
I mean, he run half the time, so.
Yeah, that's true.
But don't
his rookie year was second. He was just short. Cam's rookie year was second in team history.
See, and he should have easily broke that for sure.
Y'all gotta learn y'all history, man. Get up on game, bro.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
History is that was my least favorite subject in
you
school.
snuck it the double digit. That was a softball.
I know, bro. That's why I'm like, and but I think I got my head gassed up because when I see you send the outline, I was like, damn, I suck at trivia. So already I had spooked myself.
I thought Jimmy Clausen wore 2. Is that?
He did, but I got Jake.
He said Jake. He said Frank, Chris Winkie, and
he didn't say Jake.
You
said Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't say Jake.
You said 14 twice, so I should have said can't repeat the number.
PJ Walker? You left PJ Walker out?
PJ Walker wore 11. Keep it respectful. Keep it respectful. All right, so I want to get y'all reaction to the stat, and I put this on Twitter. So if you follow me on Twitter, you've probably seen this. Just a nugget. Did you know that Tommy Tremble has more career touchdowns than Kyle Pitts?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
Tommy Tremble has 8. Kyle Pitts has 6.
That's nasty work.
They were drafted in the same season, 80 picks apart. Well, 79 picks apart.
That's very nasty work, but at the same time, it's believable. Because I think they don't utilize Kyle Pitts the way they should. And I don't know if it's like them not utilizing him or maybe can we just say he could just not be that? That's what we think he is.
Which is very possible.
I was about to say that's very possible.
Quiet as kept. I saw a little highlight film last season of Kyle Pitts, and they were like, this is the real reason he ain't getting the ball. And every time he came out of a break, he ended up on his backside.
I think he was hurt last year. I seen that clip.
Oh, my God.
Because he was tripping over his own feet. But I just think it's crazy because Tommy Tremble's been tight end 2 at best in Carolina.
The whole time.
Meanwhile, Kyle Pitts has been feature and stuff like that. But
shout out Arthur
how do you
Smith.
feel about Tommy Tremble?
I think he deserves a chance to be a tight end too. He got the athleticism.
Tight end 2? Who's one? Ian?
We should draft somebody.
Okay.
And I would expect us to draft somebody very high. They've been talking about that. They could be somebody that we consider. I don't know if it's, no, maybe they said Jatavion Sanders in the second round. Jatavion Sanders from Texas, Ben Sinnott from Kansas State.
I heard everybody's high on him.
I like Jared Wiley from TCU. He's like 6'7". He's a big body guy that we just don't have in terms of red zone and stuff like that. So there's some gems. It's not as deep as last year's tight end class. So we know that one was crazy. But I think there's some guys that I think we expect to target that because that's something that they use a lot in Tampa, and we really don't have that dynamic from our tight end. We haven't really had any kind of tight end presence since Greg Olsen. But I just thought it was interesting.
I seen something crazy yesterday. A scenario with us trading up to like 15 or something like that to go get bro from UGA.
That was stupid.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Who to go get who?
I would love Brock Bowers, but that's
Bowers.
You're going to get more bang for your buck getting 2 top 40 players.
Yeah,
I agree.
For sure.
You're trading up to 15.
But it was interesting.
Honestly, I like that about like that perspective on the tight ends because that actually in turn also still helps the pass catching group.
Yeah,
but also shores up that tight end.
And you don't have to double dip if you get a pass catching running back because we know Chuba is quality, and I'm the captain of the Chuba train, but he's not no weapon out of the backfield.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So if you go get a running back that's every down that can catch the ball in the backfield and a tight end, that's going to do more for you than double dipping that receiver. You can go get a receiver still, but I think having a more balanced attack from the skill position is going to do a little bit more.
Give Bryce more options.
Is Chuba running back 1?
Yeah, he is. They already said it. But they've been meeting with Trey Benson from Florida State and Jonathan Brooks from Texas. So, if they draft them, Chuba's in his last year. They can bring them on, switch your run by committee, and then next year you got your running back 1. And I like both of them backs. Honestly, I like Brooks a little better, but he coming off the ACL injury.
Yeah,
but,
that makes it scary. That's what's
scary. He'll be ready for training camp, and then he won't have to be running back 1. I'm good. And then Miles
got to go. If you ain't going to say it, I'll say it. He got to go.
We ain't going to get too much into the slander, but we're going to land this plane, man, because it's about that time. So I appreciate you guys really joining me, man. Any final words about what to expect? I know you guys are getting ready to gear up for the new and improved. Y'all rebranded with the logo. You got the phone case here. So talk to me about what's coming up for FPFO.
We're in the middle of a rebrand right now, bro. Very excited. About to change up a lot of different things with as far as set goes, which that's breaking news because we hadn't even told them.
Yeah.
But we're about to change the setup a little bit. Got a lot of huge giveaways. We're really just trying to last year for us, and I'll just speak on behalf of the team because I feel like the sentiment has been echoed to me. I believe that last year for us was just one of those moments where we proved that we could stay consistent with what we were trying to do.
That's everything.
And and we've just like as of late, the meetings that we've been having and everything, I've just been pushing like, let's go to another level. And so that's kind of what the mentality is right now. And so far it's paid off. I think we've been back for 6 or 7 episodes now, and I would say we've seen significant growth. So I'm very excited for this year. We're actually gonna launch a giveaway next week, I believe, either next week or 2 weeks down the line.
Okay.
But we're going to do a rookie jersey giveaway. So whoever we draft, we'll open the giveaway up, and whoever wins, whatever the case may be, whoever we draft, we're going to allow them to pick whatever rookie they want, whatever rookie jersey they want, and then we'll get it for them and we'll ship it to them, and that's how that'll go. But we got so much stuff going on, bro. Like, we got merch coming this year, like you said, the phone case. Been experimenting with that a little bit. I think for FPFO, I think it's gonna be a big year. I'm excited. I'm excited
to see y'all grow, man. Like I said, consistency really is everything. Creating the content stuff and just figuring out what works. Because if you don't, it's all about data, especially with YouTube and all this stuff. It's gonna give you data about like who's rocking with what and like where people are dropping off at and whatever. So doing more, like, you can't really figure out what you want to do until you put out a bunch of content and see like, okay, they rocking with this, they're not rocking with that. And then just experiment. And that's the fun part about it too, because I mean, the algorithm is gonna do its thing, but like the market is the market and the content is the content and the audience is the audience. They're gonna tell you what they're rocking with. It's gonna be obvious. So man, I'm really excited for y'all growth. We got training camp, we got draft, we got training camp coming up. Obviously, tickets going on sale soon, so we're gonna have to plan our trip. Very soon for next year.
Catch us in Vegas.
Getting some content, testing food out, hitting the gambling tables and stuff like that, bro. So, y'all want to plug y'all social media, man?
You can find me at tavion.yg on Instagram. It's pretty much the only social media I use, so you can follow me up on there.
Okay. I'm trying to find my
at Terence 1027.
At Terence 1027. I didn't know if it was underscore or
they type
that shows how active you are.
Yeah, for sure. If you DM him, he's not gonna respond. See, you just block your blessing.
I'm not gonna say that. Depends on who DMs me. But yeah, at Terence 1027.
At For Panthers Fans Only on TikTok, Instagram. At FPFO_podcast on Twitter or X, YouTube. You can find us at the G2S Network. All DSPs for Panthers Fans Only. You can find us there. Personal at the Myth of JJ. I got like 18 DMs that I haven't opened, so I'm not gonna sit here and lie. It don't matter who you are. My mama DM me about 5 times. I don't respond. So, just take that with a grain of salt. But, follow us for Panthers Fans Only, man. For sure. Because when y'all get done watching Dunk, y'all come over and watch us for sure.
You can find me at Dunk On Demand on all networks and on YouTube at UB Sports Talk for my YouTube channels where it all goes down, man. A lot of stuff coming. Draft party, giveaway doing on the draft. Obviously, I'm doing film breakdowns in any prospect that we draft. So if it's something to do with the Panthers content, man, I'm all over it, man. Pretty much every day that ends with Y, I try to bring it. But without further ado, I'm signing off for Necessary Bluntness Sports Talk. This has been the Panther Banter Podcast. I appreciate you guys watching.
Thank you.
Peace. I had to do my outro, man.
Facts.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate you, brother.
So
I was going to like do an outro, but I was just like, damn.
I gotta blow up the deuces and chuckle. That's
for sure.
That's my thing.
For sure.
That's my thing.
But no, I appreciate it. Can you get a picture of us?